Well, I'm delighted to be joined by Lulah Ellender, a Senior Copywriter at F6 Agency, who has spent some time going through the Using Data Smarter course. Lulah, can you tell us a bit about yourself and a bit about the work that you do at F6?
Yeah, so I'm Senior Copywriter at F6 Agency, and we are based in Kingston upon Thames. We're a small agency and we work mainly with telecoms and IT businesses. So a lot of my work is very kind of tech heavy, writing about tech, and hence data is a huge part of what we do and what all our clients do as well. So it's a massive topic for us. And we really pride ourselves on not just writing about data, but all the work we do is informed by data. And we try and make sure that all of our marketing strategies are heavily grounded in data as well. So your course was super helpful.
Very good. And are you communicating to consumer audiences, to business audiences, to both? Does it depend on the client?
It's pretty much all B2B.
Okay.
Very occasionally we'll have like direct to customer, but yeah, it's mainly B2B. And often in the telecoms channel, there's lots of kind of partnerships within that. So people are selling on other people's products. So we're trying to sort of be the middle people between all of those different processes.
Now, B2B has a reputation. I mean, I've worked in B2B for many, many years, has a reputation for not necessarily speaking in the most human and empathetic and personable way, and can kind of trowel on the data and attempt to browbeat people into submission. It sounds like you take a very different approach at F6.
Yeah, we try not to do that. And I think it's a real fine balance, because people want to say, like, what's the ROI? They want the figures. They want to justify what they're doing to their finance guys or their MDs. So we do need to have all that data, and we need to obviously be like optimizing what we're doing, looking at the open rates of emails. How can we make those better? So that data is all really important. But I think when you're speaking to someone's partner or to their customers or end users, they're still human beings. And I think people think that B2B is just by its very nature just about selling to a business, but you're not. You're selling to a group of individuals within that business. The buying committee have very different needs, very different pains. So it's about finding the data that speaks to those individuals and remembering that they are still people. And yeah, a lot of the language around, particularly in our clients' world, is very jargony. There's lots of acronyms and very super techie language. So it's about how can we turn that into a story. And that's why I was so drawn to what you do, because I feel like these are still people. They still have emotions. They still have, they have fears of messing up or not delivering for their clients. So we have to relate to them on a very human level.
Perfect. So listen, tell us, I know that you've been all the way through because you've got a certificate, but tell us how you found the course.
So I found it really helpful. What I really loved was the way that you set up the information with your own stories, and you really brought that to life. So I found that I could remember things a lot better that way. I think if I had just been kind of sitting on my own reading stuff, I probably wouldn't have remembered things. So I really like that format where you kind of set up a story and you kind of hang the lesson on that. So I thought that worked really well. I loved all the practical frameworks and things that we could download as well. So I've made a folder of those and I've already started going back to them. And it's already actually informing a lead magnet that I want to create about telling stories with data. So it's already become really helpful.
Great. I'm a magpie, and the examples come from many, many, many different areas, from public health education to consumer goods to all sorts. And sometimes I've just been running a training course for insights people in the pharma company. And sometimes there can be a slightly confused look on the face of people who are expecting to see yet another example of, and then they get it. What can you tell me what you felt about the kind of the diversity of the examples? They're not many of them aren't B2B, and that's what you're writing in. But do you find that the examples coming from different sectors kind of helps?
Yeah, definitely. I think that keeps it kind of fresh and alive. I think if it was all, connected to business, then it might get a bit dry. And I tended to do the lessons in quite a big batch. So I was in the office late, so I would do 2 hours worth of working on this. And I think if it hadn't been for that variety, it might have felt a bit, I might have not concentrated for so long. So I really found that helpful, actually.
And we tried through previous experience, both for me and for others, we tried to make something that was, the videos were generally no longer than 10 minutes, so they could be bite-sized. Did you find that? Did you just look at it on one device, or did you look at it on a phone and a laptop, or
I just looked at it on my laptop. My old eyes can't handle looking at things on my phone.
Brilliant. Really, just is there anything else that you reflected on about having a go through using Data Starter?
I think it was just a really good combination of your deep expertise and knowledge brought to life through these stories, and then actionable ways to put that into practice. And that's what I really was hoping for. And I think, if you haven't got much time, and so I was taking this course in my spare time because I want to get better at these things. And so not having to wade through a whole load of useless stuff, and instead having really concise, bite-sized, like you say, things to work through was really helpful. And also you get that sense of, I've completed a thing. So it's that sort of instant gratification if it's only 8 minutes and you think, I could just do one more. Maybe I'll just do one more. So I like the way that you set it up like that.
Terrific. Listen, I'm flattered to see that your certificate of completion even features on your LinkedIn profile.
On my LinkedIn profile.
Flattered to see. Lulah Ellender, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you so much, Sam.